Hey guys, well here it is, Friday at the farm after work. It's just burned up. It's absolutely burned up. You know, last weekend we sold 20% of the herd and it's just gone. I mean, it's just, you can see right here, look at this cow. A couple of weeks ago, body condition looked pretty good. It's not now. I really need to wean these calves. I want you to look at this. So here it is. You know, almost 6 in the afternoon, it's still 103 degrees. Look at that little spot of shade from the overhead feed bin, and the cows are just standing in that little spot of shade, or the little spot of shade where the pecan tree is. It's absolutely horrific. So there's the hay meadow, nice, burned up. So I'm out of grass, so I don't even know if culling 20% of the herd was enough. So here I am, I'm contemplating now getting up at, you know, the crack of dawn tomorrow and taking even more to the sale barn. I just have no hay. You know, supposedly I got hay on order where it's coming, but you know, the only saving grace is the guy I'm buying hay from. It is watered by pivots, so hopefully he's gonna get another cutting, but who knows? I don't even know if I'm gonna get enough hay to survive. So the other part of me is I'm kind of thinking about I need to wean. Normally we wean on Labor Day. Here it is, August 1st. These calves are a little bit too small to wean, but you know what? I may have to, because the moms just can't get enough energy to give the calves milk. It may be easier on the calves to survive and supplement them than to feed the moms. So I don't know, guys. It's highly, highly depressing here in North Texas. 10-day forecast. Good news. It's only going to be like 100 to 103 every day, as opposed to 103 to 110. Yay. And we have like a 10% chance of rain a few days. Nothing to get excited about. So anyway, guys, hey, going down to business sale soon at Heritage Farms, Texas. So give me a call if you guys want to buy any cattle. Definitely would love to sell some direct, because things are getting serious. The only saving grace is we do have a well for the pecans, so we are able to use you know, micro sprinklers at the base of every pecan tree to keep them going in this heat. But let me tell you what, it's serious. And we have minimum 8 weeks of summer left. We got all of August, and really we go all the way till the end of September before things cool off here in North Texas. So it's a sad, sad, sad state of affairs. Okay guys, what are we doing? Well, it's so hot outside, we're trying to do these drought management projects. And what I mean by that is these are projects that you can only do at certain times of the year. So this pond right here really has been needing a lot of work. It's been needing to be cleaned down a little bit, dredged down around the edges. The dam is pretty tall, but you can see it's coming in. But this area on the front side where the water drains in has really been getting clogged up. So we've been coming in here, taking a bite, digging it a little deeper. You can see over to that side, we've made a few passes, and we are slowly getting to a point where we're smoothing this thing out. And the whole plan is that hopefully, put the box blade down, get a bite of dirt, hopefully whenever we do get rain, it will hold a little bit more water than what it did before. It'll look a little bit better. You can see we're taking a good bite here. Apologize for the dirty window, but it's so dusty. So the box blade is pretty full of dirt. We'll come over here and raise the lever as we get away from it just a little bit. And what it does is it just creates a little crack at the bottom. It allows the dirt that's inside of the box blade to disappear. Give it a little shake. You can see how it spreads it out, and it makes it nice and lovely. All right, so that's what's on deck. Just making the most of a hot afternoon. When it's 103 degrees outside, you can't really do any physical labor, so your time is best spent in the tractor, cleaning up some of your pools, doing everything you can. But I mean, look around here how brown it is. The cows are chasing grass everywhere. They look absolutely terrible, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple more passes here, and we will pretty much kind of call this project a wrap. I'll give you an update here in a second, what it looks like. You can kind of see how much we've already cut it down. So we've dug out, I don't know, I'm going to say 6 to 8 inches across this thing, and it's getting there. Put the box blade down, flip it forward, come around here and look at the front view, and getting one wheel pretty close to the edge, but trying not to get stuck, and just trying to go. Look at there goes a farmer with the hay baler. I don't know where he's baling hay, man. There's nothing left to bale, but terrible, terrible times. All right, more to follow. Okay, guys. Well, we're kind of wrapping up this project. It's getting close to 7 o'clock at night. Still 100 degrees, 101. Brutal. But what we did today was we came in and cleaned up this pool a little bit. We had a real issue in the front. There were some high spots up here that basically kind of just made it sporadic the way the water was draining in. But the water comes, you can see back towards the barn, the water drains this direction. So we wanted to make sure we had a nice little ditch that water would transition into the pool. We cleaned up the sides. You can see we cut out quite a bit down through here. There used to be right here on the right-hand side where my foot is. You can kind of see how much we've cut this thing down all the way down to here. You can see we've taken out quite a bit of dirt. Doesn't really look like it, but we did. We carried a lot out. So hopefully this pool will hold a little bit more water whenever it rains again, if it ever rains again. About to give up on that, but there's the cattle. Oh, terrible times. New Holland 5060 though, working well. Okay, we finished the pond project, and one of the things I like to do, it's so dusty this time of the year. It's just absolutely miserable. I mean, dust is flying everywhere. It gets all over your equipment, and I just can't handle it. So whenever I finish a project, I like to pull it back up here to the barn. I like to let it cool off just a little bit, and then I come in here and I like to rinse it off. It does a couple of things. It knocks the dust off of it, gives you a better attitude that you're not climbing in a dirty, nasty vehicle. The other thing I like to do is either blow out, if I'm like out in the hay meadow, or doing any type of shredding, I like to blow out the radiators. You can see this thing actually slides out so you can get access to it, and then it slides back in. So I love that. We got a little pre-screen here. So I love to come in here and just rinse that off, because these things get covered with dust. And you get dust in there, it starts to clog up the holes. Then any little blades of grass sticks to it, and the first thing you know, your tractor's running hot. So I love to come in here, gently wash that off. You do not power wash the radiator, but you gently can wash it off, and you'd be amazed at how much dirt comes off of that radiator. But all right, I'm a big believer in taking care of your equipment. This is a used tractor. If you remember, it was a basket case that I bought, and because a tree had fell on the roof and busted out the door and windows and the driver's side corner of the cab. So I got this thing for basically about 50 cents on the dollar with 600 hours on it. So took a little work to get it back together and a little bit of money, but a great investment. The tractor is still worth more today than what I paid for it, and just tickled to death with it. Wish it had a little better air conditioner, but outside of that, man, she's a beast, but she's been working hard. All right, so what's on deck next? So here we are. Daylight's burning. I think I'm gonna hook up the shredder, and then that way tomorrow morning before sunrise I can get up and shred. Hopefully I can get 4 hours of shredding in before noon, because it just gets too hot. So as you can tell, the grass is gone, but in some of these back pastures you'll see we got goat weeds that are 2 and 3 feet tall. There's no grass under them, so might as well knock the weeds off, create a little I don't know, carbon or mulch or something on the ground, with the hopes that when it does rain, maybe we'll get a little growth before the first frost. Praying to God we get a little September, October, November grass growing, but who knows? These days I assume nothing. All right, that's a wrap. Hey guys, Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, look on the horizon. It's Friday afternoon after work. Got a few clouds, 20% chance of an isolated shower. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe they'll get together and we'll get a little something. At least we have some cloud cover. So what's on deck? Well, we got the John Deere HX15 shredder hooked up. Of course, it takes a while to get all of that worked out. You know, you got to grease it. There's like 50 grease fittings on it. You got to check all the differential oils, and then you got to hook up. And man, it's a job to get ready. Blow out the radiator on the tractor, but hey, we did it. So now we're gonna try to get ready to start shredding. So hopefully I can get an hour or two of shredding in this afternoon and see what happens. But we're just trying to make some stuff happen. I mean, the grass is like totally dead. You can see this is my neighbor's pasture. And you see the grass is all gone, but you see the goat weeds and other stuff out there. If I can ever get to an opening where you can see the grass. But he's got the same problem I do, man. There's no grass and it's nothing but weeds, and the cows are done eating that. So we're gonna knock those down, hoping that we'll get some regrowth, hoping that this heat wave is gonna break at some point and we'll get some rain, little cooler temps, and maybe we can get some regrowth. But anyway, we're on our way to telephone 2. This is my favorite part of the drive, this little tunnel area. And I don't know what it is. It can be 100 degrees outside, but you come down this tunnel and it's like 90 degrees. It drops the temperature a good 5 to 10 degrees. You can just physically feel the difference that all of this tree cover makes for you. Very, I like it. Anyway, it's a very scenic drive. We always see a lot of wildlife through here also, whether it's deer, hogs, coyotes, you name it. All right, more to follow, but that's what's on deck. Big dose of shredding, trying to make the most of this terrible drought and trying to prepare ourselves so that if we come out the other side, we'll be in a good position and ready to make the most of the fall if we have any fall. Hey guys, thought I would show you what we're dealing with here. I've had some people say, well, hey, why are you shredding, man? You know, you're just cutting your grass. Well, guys, here's the reality. The grass is that tall, and you got these goat weeds that are that tall. So when you look all across here, there is no grass. It's all goat weeds, which are choking out the sunlight, choking out the nutrients, any moisture in the ground. They suck it up 5 times what the grass does. So that's the plan, knock down the goat weeds so that if and when it rains again, the grass can take off and it's not competing with all of these big weeds. Not to mention this, the higher they get, they put out seed heads and the problem continues. There you go, guys. We're gonna knock down weeds. Good morning, guys. Well, 6:25. We're up and at it Saturday morning. Well, we didn't get rain yesterday. We did get a little bit of shredding done on the New Holland 5060 and the John Deere HX15 rotary cutter. But we're gonna get out today, try to hit it. We had some teas yesterday. We thought we were gonna get some rain. It kind of looked a little bit like it, but never really happened. This morning they're saying there's a 30% chance, which I think they tell you that just so you won't slit your wrist or jump off a cliff or something like that. But supposedly we're gonna be under 100 degrees today. I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm gonna be hopeful. All right, more to follow. Hey guys, all right. Well, sorry for the hog damage and the shakiness, but it's 12:30, so we've been going 6 hours shredding with the New Holland 5060 and the HX15 John Deere rotary cutter. Look at the sky though, man. We have been getting teased all day today with possible showers. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I keep looking at radar. They're in Oklahoma and they just can't break across the Red River into Texas. So I keep shredding. Now the positive note is that, hey, I think we're gonna be in the 90s today instead of 100. So it's all good, but what are we doing? You can kind of get an idea. From here over, goat weeds. From here over, no goat weeds. So you can see what we're doing behind us. And purposely set the height of the rotary cutter to where it's really not cutting any of the grass. and we're really just knocking down the tops of these goat weeds here. So good times, I guess. I don't know, but I can tell you, 6 straight hours in this seat being bounced around with all of the hog damage. This has been rough sledding. You can kind of see where we're at. There's a little bit of grass underneath it. The thought process is, hey man, just praying that we get some rain. Maybe this thing will kick back in. It could possibly break by the middle of August or towards the end of August. Maybe we could get 6 weeks of growth before we get into October and have our first frost. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But you know, sometimes you just have to trust in the man upstairs, and you deal with whatever comes your way, and hey, you make the best of it. So anyway, I'm not a happy camper these days, man. It's like, God, it's terrible. But hey, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. You know, if you can survive years like this, maybe you can make it. So definitely looking at downsizing next weekend. We're probably going to, which would be like, what, August 7th or something? We are going to wean, which normally we don't wean until Labor Day. So that's like 3 weeks early. So the calves are going to be smaller. We're going to also take a hard look at some of these cows, and we may cut an additional 5 to 7 head of mother cows. I hate to do that, but you know what? We were looking at hay last night. I can't find hay for under $100 a bale right now in North Texas. And if you can find it, it's $75 or $80, but then they want $200 a load to ship it to you. So we're just, for lack of a better word, screwed, man. Anyway, all right, more to follow, but just wanted to give you an update on the shredding. Okay, well, here it is. Let's look at the KCO watch. Oh, look at that, man. 2:20. Started at 6:30, and what did we get done? We have shredded everything all the way up there. So we got the 40 acres, we got the original property. We have been getting it, but I want to show you. I mean, so what we really did was we just topped the goat weeds, but we tried to leave as much grass as we possibly could so the cows could get in here. But look on the horizon. All day long it's been cloudy, it gets dark, the wind starts to blow. There's a cold front that's right on the Texas-Oklahoma border that's stalled out, and it just can't make it into North Texas. I thought about 7 different times today we were gonna get rainfall. We had a couple of raindrops, but nothing. It just would never start. Hey guys, pray for us, man. We desperately need rain. Hey, the good news is it's only gonna be like 103 every day next week instead of 110. That's what I know. All right, guys, it's a wrap for Saturday. I'm not sure what we're gonna do the rest of the weekend. We may ride around and look at cows and calves and determine which ones we're gonna sell next weekend, but the downsizing continues, man. Hey, if we don't have any other videos for this weekend, as always, glory be to God. Leave us a comment, hit the thumbs up. Love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you next week. Good morning, guys. Well, here we are. We're back on drought management. What are we doing? Well, some of these pecan trees, I don't know if you can see this, they're getting stressed. And even though we have drip irrigation or micro sprinkler irrigation, they just can't keep up. I mean, we're over 60 days since there's been measurable rainfall, and we've had over 50 days, over 36 days where the temperature's been above 100 degrees. It's bad, man. It is bad. So look at this tree right here. You can see it's got some brown spots on it. Not looking. So what we're doing is we're taking the New Holland 5060. We got one of these totes on the front of it. And basically we're just coming up to each one of these trees that are showing the stress, and we are jump starting and giving them a good little soaking of water, if you will. This is in addition to the micro sprinkler irrigation. We've stepped up the irrigation as far as the time we're running the sprinklers and the number of days per week that we're running the sprinklers. But we're in full-blown survival mode now, man. Yesterday there was a few pop-up storms in the area. Unfortunately, we never got them, but look at that beautiful sunrise. Gotta focus on the positives. Anyway, that's what we're doing. A little spot watering of some of these pecan trees.